What's everybody? What's up, everybody? We are here with another interview. Today we have Andy. His company is Honor with Flags. Andy, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. All right, so let's get started, man. Let's talk about your business. Tell us what you do, how long you've been in business, and all that good stuff.
Sure. We've been around for about 3 years, and we got into this. What we do is we help organizations put together an American flag fundraising service. So you probably been in the spring in Tomball area, you've seen the American flags go up for patriotic holidays. And what we do is we help facilitate that type of uh, fundraiser for youth programs. And the way we got into it was we have 4 kids, and we've been involved in all kinds of activities with, kids been involved in everything from scouts and band and choir and all kinds of different things like that, theater, all those kind of things. We've done a ton of different fundraisers. So everybody sells the peanuts and the popcorn and the cookies and all those kind of things. And we started doing some fundraising for our scout group. We'd done a brisket sale, and then our school band was doing these flags and started getting into it because we started delivering and realizing how good a service this is and how good a fundraiser it is. And the organizations, make a good profit off of it. And we started a business that uses the technology today to help the parents, volunteers, and the coordinators and the band directors and all those kind of folks get a little bit easier. But it also brings the American flag to the community. And so it puts it out. It's nice to see a street all lined with American flags all the way down. And we've teamed up with a couple organizations. One of them is Boots for Troops, and we work with Boots for Troops, an organization that helps boost the morale of our active military. And every subscription, we give $1. We split the difference, but we get 50. The organizations that troops for every flag.
Okay, cool, man. Well, that's good to hear. Love the idea. And just talk about for a minute. I know with schools closing and not been able to meet with certain clubs and all that. How has the pandemic affected your business for the past pretty much month?
Sure. So our last delivery that we put out was for President's Day, which was the end of February. And after that, what we did was just over the past 2 weeks, we talked with our organizations, and we work with about 4 different scout units, and work with a couple of youth groups in the area. So we don't work with too many schools just yet. They work with a different vendor. But
Okay.
what we did is we talked with those units, and we wanted to get our flags out to show some hope for the nation
Yeah.
and for our communities. So our family, like I said, we have 4 kids, and each of the kids took a turn. My wife and I took a turn. We all went out over the past 2 weeks and put out flags, and so we put our 500 flags out in our community that we have. So all those flags are out there, and that's been one great thing. We also put on our website where people can nominate first responders and nurses or healthcare workers to get a flag in their yard for free, and we're offering a first year of service to those first responders and the healthcare workers. We're offering their first year for free after that as well.
Cool. Cool. That's awesome, man. Cool. Besides this time that we're going through right now, just take us a little bit in depth and into the business and what the pain points are, what the obstacles are that you've had to overcome since you've been in business to get this thing up and running.
Sure. One of the things is that our schools in the area, Klein and Tomball and Cy-Fair, that kind of stuff, they all do this service, or most of them do this service through their organizations. And one of the things that has been difficult in our area, some of the others don't have this service, so it's a little bit easier. But it's hard to get to organizations because they don't want to take money away from those organizations. And if those organizations are selling flags, they don't want to take it away. And so one of the things that I've done in my research is that take Klein, for example, they have 5 schools that are doing 2,000 plus flags each. Even then it's 10,000 flags, but we have 80,000 households in the Klein area. So there's plenty of demand for more flags to get into our community. And one of our hashtags is a flag in every yard. And
Yeah.
even on our Facebook page and some of the things we've done, we've given the website for the flags to order a flag through the schools, because we just want to get more flags out in the community is our big goal. And so we're trying to just fill that gap and help organizations. The nice part about this fundraiser, what we really like about it is that it's a subscription service. So we've set it up with a sign up just like you do with Netflix or Spotify or those things. We've set it up that way. And so subscribers get an email 3 days before they renew, and it renews on an annual basis. And so they just set it up with their credit card, that kind of stuff. Instead of like we were doing, like I said, we did briskets, and even the people that buy a brisket, you have to go back to them the next year and buy and sell it to them again. So, we're trying to set this up to where, scout units can go to summer camps every year, and count on this as a
Right.
budget coming in. And we're seeing the people that leave the service are really the people that move out of the area, or, they change their email or their credit card gets, they change their credit card number, it expires. But other than that, we're having, close to 90% renewal rate.
Wow. Wow. Super innovative. That's an awesome idea. So, I mean, that kind of leads into my next question, which was, what do you guys do
Sure.
well, and better than everybody else? And I think that's definitely one of those things right there, what you just talked about with the subscription service. But is there anything else that you guys feel like you do well, in the service that you're giving the community?
Sure. Well, we just try to get more flags into the area and build. We built this because we thought the flag, no matter what side of the aisle you're on necessarily, and what your area, what your background is, and that what your beliefs are, the American flag to me and to our family is something that unifies all of us in the American spirit. And
For sure.
so what we try to do is we do a lot of stuff with the community. We put up flags for Klein ISD events for their Veterans Day event each year. We do a lot of different things like the Boots for Troops. We try to get into and give a meaning behind the flag. It's not just a moneymaker. It's something that
Right.
we really feel strongly about taking care of, and we're transitioning. We had about um, 100 or 200 nylon flags, and we're in the process. We have about 400 or 500 flags now. We're exclusively using flags made in the USA. So
Awesome.
that's been great. We still have a lot. Some of the nylon flags out there, we're transitioning as those wear out. We're transitioning to all U.S. made flags. So that, and then whenever we run our routes, we have an electronic app that we use that parents use the application on their phones to get to each address. So we're really trying to use the technology of today to help make this easier. But we really feel like whenever the youth of an organization, whether it be scouts or youth group or whatever organization, when they go out and deliver flags or they do some funding, they get a benefit out of actually doing the work more than
Yeah.
just the money. And so we feel like this is making it as easy as it needs to be, because we put a small hole in the ground with a pipe and a marker, so it makes it easy to deliver. And the flags, just to give you an example, the flags are like this one behind me, 3 foot by 5 foot, and are on a 10-foot pole, and we put them in people's front yards. And so we put them out 6 times a year, and it makes it easy. The routing and everything makes easy for the parents to just deliver it, and the kids to ride with them or to drive themselves,
Yeah.
put it in, take the strap off, that kind of stuff, and then pick them up. And so it makes it easy for everybody. So we try to make it as easy as possible, but still make them a little bit of work to where they feel like they've accomplished some things.
Right. Right. Well, it's cool, man. It sounds like you really know your business really well, and know the ins and outs of it, and understand, how best to benefit the community. So my last question would just be, for somebody who's just starting a business, no matter what it is, there's always some similarities when it comes to starting a business. And so just tell me, just take me back to the beginning, and if you had to start over, what are some things that you would definitely do or focus on, if you were just starting a business today, just to help people who are watching this understand a little bit.
Sure. Sure. I think, Joey, what you're doing is one of the big things is, getting common people to talk to. And I had a couple of folks that we would sit down every once in a while and just talk about, and we had different businesses, but we just were able to sit down, and sometimes, especially being a kind of solopreneur or a
Right.
single entrepreneur, we would talk about things and it just putting a different set of eyes on it in the fact that, like you say, folks that are just getting started, um, they're maybe run a different business, but they take a different look at things, but they're also still involved in business. And so
Right.
if you have a group of people to help that, the other thing is that I've learned and I learn each time is patience with a purpose, having patience through this time. We're really excited about making 3 years and continuing to grow each holiday. We have more fly out and we have more organizations coming on, but also it's not just patience of waiting for things. It's that you're targeted on doing things and you're moving forward, with purpose. And sometimes the first, 1 or 2 weeks, you have to have an idea of what you're working on, and it may change. You may have to pivot, but you're still moving forward.
Right. Yeah, that's really good stuff, man. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate
Um,
it.
yeah, thanks, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, listen, I hope you enjoy the
Yeah,
interview. I hope you learned something from it. I have a lot of spots open for anybody that wants to do this, and we'll get it out there so we can all learn together and encourage one another. See you guys next time.